What's up guys, welcome back. In this video series, we have learned image enhancement techniques using histogram. Now we will see algorithms for spatial filtering, which includes spatial filtering, applying any kernel to an image, median filtering, and mode filtering. All this filtering can be done in two ways: convolution or correlation. There is a minor difference between convolution and correlation. We will also see that. Now let's see what is spatial filtering. As you can see in the video, we have to select a square matrix kernel. This is the kernel which we operate in our image piece by piece. This red line, red box is the piece of that image which will operate kernel. We will multiply piece by piece every value and then we will take a weighted sum. We will place the output at the central pixel value. Now if the kernel is of size m cross m, mostly it is necessary in spatial filtering that the kernel should be a size of odd numbers like 3 by 3, 5 by 5, 7 by 7, because if the kernel is of odd number size, then we will have a central pixel. If it is 4 by 4 suppose, then we cannot select any central pixel, so it is necessary to be odd sized. Okay, now if the kernel is of size m cross m and there are all 1 divided by its total size, like here 1 by 9, if all values in a 5 cross 5 matrix is 1 by 25, then it is called normalized or normal mean filtering. If we do not use kernel but apply some different method, like suppose our window size, this is fixed, this is called window size. Suppose we only give a window size like 3 by 3, then we take all these values and find its mean or median value or mode value and replace it with the central pixel. Then this filtering will be called median filter or mode filter. Now let's start scripting the algorithm. This time I will use the function. I will create directly the function. I have named it spatial filtering. There are two inputs, input image and a k. K is kernel if we are doing spatial filtering. If it is mode filtering or median filtering, then the k will be just kernel size. Okay, first we will convert our image in the double format so that it can be operated. Basic operations like division, multiplication can be performed. Initially every image will be in unsigned integer 8 format, so that format cannot be operated, so we will convert it into double. Now we will define the size of image and filter. Okay, so first we will define the size of filter. I am naming it m. It will be size of k of 2. You can take any row or column because every time kernel will be a square matrix and it is also necessary to be odd sized. Okay, size of image this will be the size of image, input image. Okay, now let us again look at the animation. Here you can see the input image was 5 cross 5 and the output image was just 3 cross 3, and you can also see this central pixel will move only up to this much pixels. So this is the first column and this is the last column. These both columns will be removed and first and last row will be removed. So if it is a 3 cross 3 kernel, then 2 rows and 2 columns will be reduced from the original image if we do not do any kind of initial padding, right? So it is based on kernel size. If the kernel was 5 cross 5, if you imagine a 5 cross 5 kernel here, it is actually a 5 cross 5 matrix image, so you cannot imagine. But if it would be a 5 cross 5, then 2 rows and 2 columns would be gone. So it is based on kernel size. So we have to decide our starting and ending central pixels. Like this is our starting central pixel. We cannot place our central pixel here. We have to place our central pixel here initially, and at the end we have to place it here. We cannot go beyond this or down. We cannot go. See, this is the last place. So we have to decide starting and ending locations of our central pixel. Okay, let's do it. Okay, before deciding our starting and ending points of central pixel, first we will decide the size of output image. So as I stated earlier, the size of the output image will be reduced something from the original image. So suppose this is the size of original image. I have written S1 and S2. S we have find from here. Okay. Now how much it will reduce? It will be based on kernel size. So it will be m minus 1. If it is 3 cross 3 filter, then it will be reduced to two rows and 2 columns will be reduced. So we have to minus 2. If it is 5 cross 5, then 4 columns, 2 from left side and 2 from right side. So 4 columns and 4 rows will be reduced. So I write here m minus 1. It is the generalized one. That m minus 1 rows and columns will be reduced. So we have created our blank output image. Now, as I stated earlier, we have to select our starting and ending locations. Now, if it is 3 cross 3 filter, then see, let me show you the animation once again. If it is our 3 cross 3 filter, suppose it is here in the first location, then this is our starting pixel, which is 2 cross 2. If it would be our 5 cross 5, then this would be our central pixel, which is 3 cross 3. So in general, we can say our starting location would be m plus 1 by 2, m plus 1 by 2, which means if it is 3 cross 3, then m plus 1 by 2 is 4 by 2, 2. So it is 2, 2. If it is 5 cross 5, then it is 5 plus 1 by 2. So 3, 3 will be our starting pixel. Okay. M plus 1 by 2. That is our generalized one. And this was the starting row. The same will be the starting column. Okay. Now we have to decide the ending row and ending column. Now we know that from end one row, see this row and this column would be eliminated. So what the end value means, if there are 10 rows and 10 columns, then this will be the 10 cross 10th pixel. So we have to reduce 1 from this. If it is 3 cross 3 matrix, if it would be 5 cross 5 matrix, then we will go one more step inside. So we will remove 2 rows and 2 columns from the end value of the image. So it will be generalized as size of image. If we will say as of 1 size of image in rows, then we will have this output of row, and we have to reduce m minus 1 by 2, which means if it is a 3 cross 3 matrix, then we will reduce one row and 1 column. So m minus 1 by 2 is the generalized form. So ending row will be s of 1 first. This is the ending row of the image itself. Then we will reduce, in this case we will reduce only one row, which will be like m minus 1 by 2. and same we will do in the ending column. See, S2 is the ending column and we have to reduce m minus 1 by 2. So now we have the ending row, ending column, starting row and starting column. Now we will scan each window. See, this time I am saying now we will scan each window. Now no, it's not like we will scan each pixel. So we have to run the loop accordingly. Okay, so we'll run loop from starting central pixel to ending central pixel. This time we will not run loop for the full size of image. We will start from starting pixel, central pixel, and we will end at ending central pixel. So starting row to ending row, same as starting column to ending column, right? Now we will extract the window. This will be I is our image which we have converted in this double format. I of I. So now if we write ij, then we have central pixel, but we don't want central pixel. We want one row back from central pixel. See, this is our central pixel. Then we want from here to here the image. So 1 1 2 3 3. If it is 3 cross 3 size matrix. So let me write this in generalized form. From I minus something row to I plus something row. Same as here, j minus something row to j plus something. Now this something is what? This is again which was like here m minus 1 by 2. If you carefully see, it is very clear that it will be m minus 1 by 2. So if it is 3 cross 3, then we will only go one up and one down. One up and one down. So let me just copy paste this m minus 1 by 2. It will be same in row and column. Okay, now we have the window. Now our next task is to generate the output. Now see, we have directly taken our central pixel. So now we will place our output in, we will place at the first location. Though it is in our central pixel is at 2 cross 2, but here in the output image it is first. So we will write like this: I minus m by 2 and j minus m by 2. So this will be the location of our central pixel which is mapped to output image. Now here we will multiply our window with our kernel and then we will take sum, because already we have given kernel which is weighted. So here we will not weight, we will not divide it. We have directly divided our kernel, so we will take just sum. First we will multiply window dot star k. Here dot star means it will be multiplied piece by piece. Let me tell you how. Suppose this is our matrix, then I will take E equal to 2 3 4 4 3 2 and 7 8 6. Let me change W 2 into. Okay, let me just. So this is our E and this is our W. So if we will write E into W, then this will be the output, which is not okay. It is multiplying some other way. But if we will use dot star, then this is a desired one. You can see, let me print again E and W, and then see, this was E, this was W. And if we done dot star, then it is 2 into 2 4, 3 into 2 6. So it will do piece by piece, which is exactly what we needed. Okay, then we will sum it. And we have already written this location of our output pixel where we will store this. Here sum will give, see, let me sum output answer. It will give row wise or column wise sum, so we have to specify here all. See, let me show you. In this way it will give us sum of all. That's it, we have done our job. We will end these two loops, and now we'll have this IM output, which will be exactly as required. Let me now convert it in the unsigned integer 8 format. I think there are no errors. We'll just test. We will take an image of lifting body. Let me show you the image. This is the image. Okay, now we will apply, first of all we will apply mean filtering. So let me take the value of k equal to, we'll go for a higher one, suppose 9 by 9, and we will divide it by 81, because in 9 by 9 matrix it will be 81. So we are weighting it from here only, because we have not written additional code to weight inside. So this is our 9x9 kernel, and I already shown you the image. Now let's apply. IM is our output image, spatial filtering, this is our image, and K kernel. Okay, there is some error. Okay, this S are capital, this is small. Okay, only here is visible. Let me correct it here. Okay, see, we have the image. We have smoothened the image of 9x9. Let me change the kernel value and you can see how it reacts. Let me go by 13. See, it is more blurred. Now this was our whole function for applying any filter. See, there is a inbuilt function app spatial, which gives you filters. We'll specify size 3. It is GAU, sorry. See, this is a Gaussian filter. Let me just name it K, and we'll apply it to our image and check. See, this is the Gaussian filter applied. It was of size 3, so it might not see any impact. Let me increase the size. This is how Gaussian filter is applied. Now let me show you, if you have to create median filtering, then what you have to do. Here, the value of central pixel which we calculated, we summed it. Now this time we won't do that, and we will only take K as kernel value, right? We'll take K as kernel size. Okay, Now this time we want sum, so we'll remove this sum. We want multiply because now k is not a window, it is just a size. Okay, so we'll find median of this window. Let me check. Okay, here also I have to specify all because we have to take median value from all. Okay, let's run this. Now the size of k only depends, so let me take it once of 3. Whatever value I am supplying, that doesn't affect. The only thing which will affect is size. See, this is the mean filter applied. Let me change the value. See, it is more smooth and you can say. Let me once again change the value little higher, and you can see clear difference. See, now this plane is not visible, and this is sharpened. Image is sharpened, you can say. Okay, now let me talk about mode. Just you have to replace this with mode. Let me just test here mode. Yes, yes, it works. This is exactly the function. Okay, let's test mode. It is of higher size, so it is taking a little bit more time. You can see this is how the mode filter looks. Now let me tell you that difference. I'm writing here again sum so that it can be used. Okay, now let me tell you the difference between convolution filtering and correlation filtering. The only difference is the kernel will be rotated 180 degree before applying. So if I write a single line here that k equal to root 90 will convert or will rotate the given matrix by 90 degrees. So we will give 2. So it will rotate 2 times and it will be 180. Let me show you how. Suppose this is our 5 cross 5 kernel. Now see, after applying rotate 90 to k 2 times, and this is the output. You can check the difference. The 17 here is now here. So it is rotated diagonally, you can say. Even in diagonally, see this 11 is here. So you have to rotate it 90 degree. If it is rotated 180 degree, then it is correlation. Otherwise, it is convolution. Okay. You can have a single function which can do mean, median, as well as mode. You can just increase number of input and you have to write mode of operation or anything like that. And you can write some switch cases or if else loop, that if mode of operation is this, then perform this code. If mode of operation is this, then perform this code. You can do likewise. Let me show you the function. See, here I have given mode of operation and I have written switch cases. So if it is case 1, then you have to do simple special filtering. If it is case 2, then you have to go for median, and if it is case 3, then you have to go for mode filtering. You can also create such function. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. for more interesting videos. In the next videos, we will go for binary image processing. So the first step to binary image processing is converting the grayscale image to binary image. So next time we will see Otsu's thresholding method. Thank you.